Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, a comment about the Debretsion Abiy meeting between Ethiopian PM Abiy and Debretsion Gebremichael TPLF chairman. A viewer uh, expressed his views about this meeting and he wanted me to share his views. I think what he said is worth sharing. Secondly, big day for Ethiopia. Ethiopia wants to be elected as the member of UN Human Rights Council. Voting will be held today. A campaign has been launched to stop Ethiopia from being elected as the member of UN Human Rights Council. Details for in this video. Let's start with, I told you yesterday that Debretsion Gebremichael, TPLF chairman, had been called to Addis Ababa. He had arrived in Addis Ababa reportedly yesterday. So what happened? Uh, any breakthrough to solve the crisis in Tigray? TPLF Debretsion has not nominated a leader to replace Getachew Reda. Getachew Reda has been relieved of his duties according to the TPLF. Though Getachew is still in power, he has refused to step down. We're not aware of any breakthrough so far in the talks between the Debretsion and the federal government. But one important comment from a viewer I want to share with you. Getachew is accused by TPLF Debretsion wing of working in collaboration with the federal government, with the Ethiopian Prime Minister, and he is accused of implementing the agenda of the federal government of the Prosperity Party in Tigray. The viewer said that Sajid, why is that Debretsion is meeting with Ethiopian PM Abiy? I mean, he is doing the same what Getachew has been doing. It means Debretsion or TPLF cannot have its man in power in Tigray without getting an approval from the federal government. It means in the end, the decision will be made by the federal government about who will lead the region, whether it's Getachew Reda, Debretsion, or some other one. Because if the federal government is not the authority to make the decision, TPLF should have made the decision by itself and appointed a president to lead the region. TPLF cannot make this decision. Well, this is what has been my position. I've been saying that everyone knows Getachew was appointed by Ethiopian PM Abiy. Notification was signed by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Yes, Getachew's name was forwarded by the TPLF to the federal government, to the Ethiopian PM Abiy. But had PM Abiy refused to appoint Getachew Reda as the president, he would not have been the president. And we remember that Debretsion wanted to be the president, but in meetings between Debretsion and Abiy at the start of 2023, PM Abiy refused to appoint Debretsion as the president, and then Debretsion led TPLF Central Committee held discussions. TPLF Central Committee held discussions, and Getachew was elected to lead the region. So in the end, federal government will make a decision. Now, my point is that president of a region must have good relations with the federal government. President cannot survive. He needs to communicate with federal government. He needs to get budget from the federal government. How can you survive without budget? If there is no budget, how will you survive? On matters of economy, education, budget, even security, foreign policy, aid, the governments, regional governments, they must stay in touch and sometimes stay on one page with the federal government. If Debretsion is appointed as the president, he'll have to good relations with the federal government. Otherwise, it will be difficult for him to survive. Federal government can cripple regional governments anytime. Federal government is very strong in Ethiopia. So yes, what Getachew has been doing will be uh, repeated by the next president too, if next president is appointed. But one difference. I think Getachew made some blunders. He thought that he could just lead TPLF, that he could extend his interim period indefinitely. Here he made the mistake, and he's paying the price now. He is from TPLF. His first commitment should have been to the TPLF, but backed by Sad Khan and some others, he thought that he would be able to extend his interim period and he'll remain in power. TPLF will split. But so far, his plan is not working. Let's see. No final words coming out from Addis Ababa so far. I don't think Abiy will appoint Debretsion as the new president. Debretsion would like to be appointed the new president in place of Getachew Reda. We will have to wait to see the outcome of the talks in Addis Ababa. Second, it was big day for Ethiopia today. Ethiopia wants to be elected as a member of UN Human Rights Council. By the way, UN Human Rights Council is a toothless and insignificant organ of the UN. I mean, those states, those countries which have been accused of grave human rights abuses, they have been part of UN Human Rights Council. Eritrea served as a member of UN Human Rights Council, some other countries, but they have been accused of gross human rights violations. How can a body of UN work to protect human rights if its members are involved in human rights abuses? UN Human Rights Council members are elected by UN General Assembly. Means all UN members vote. Voting is not open, it's discrete ballot. 5 states from Africa want to be elected as members. Benin, Ethiopia, Kenya, Gambia, Congo. There are some other states from other regions, but from Africa, these 5 countries want to be elected as members of UN Human Rights Council. Voting to be held today. Some human rights organizations have launched a campaign against Ethiopia. Some Ethiopian diaspora groups which oppose PM Abiy's government, they have also launched a campaign. They are trying to oppose the election of Ethiopia as a member of the UN Human Rights Council. They say that the Ethiopian government is involved in human rights abuses in Amhara, Oromia, and other parts of Ethiopia. Human rights abuses are being committed. People are dying indiscriminately. People are being killed, arrested, abducted, and judicial system has collapsed. No relief for these people who are going missing, who are dying. Let's see probably in coming videos which countries will vote for Ethiopia, which will oppose Ethiopia. I think it won't be announced because ballot is discrete, but at least number will be announced. Final tally will be announced. So hopefully in coming I will be able to brief you about this election at UN General Assembly. Thank you for watching.